Should I have glasses on or off?
On.
Okay, let me know when you're ready.
Ready?
Don't overthink it. It doesn't matter where you start, the road, the trail, or the treadmill. The only thing that matters is that you start. Running is something so simple, yet complicated at the same time. But get ready, here we go.
All right, so some of the first questions that you're gonna ask yourself is, should I trail run or should I road run? In the beginning, as you're trying to get moving, we basically just want you to get on the road, get out of your house, and start getting some miles to build up. However, when you do adjust the surface that you're running on, asphalt, concrete, trail, dirt, it tends to go a little easier on your joints, your muscles, your ligaments, and your tendons. So a variety is best. However, some folks that get more into running tend to like to do the trails, specifically if they're going into the longer distances. Road is always good. It's a little faster. However, there's so much more scenery, beauty, and enjoyment when you're running on the trails, especially as you get into those longer distances.
Okay, we have to talk about the equipment needed for running. Honestly, the main thing to consider right now is socks and shoes. There's plenty of other equipment out there you can get, but this is by far the most important for beginners. For socks, I usually wear low-cut ones, but quarter length or calf length are fine too. It's only my preference. I look for nylon, polyester, or wool blend socks. This helps keep things dry and comfortable. Now, shoes are a bit tougher. For your first shoe, you need to just try them on. Beginners need to make sure they are comfortable the minute you put them on. Don't try to break them in. And stick with a certain shoe for a while. You can usually run 300 to 500 miles in a pair of shoes. This may be a considerable investment for some, but it's well worth it.
So from a physical therapist standpoint, when you're starting to run, the number one error is too much, too soon, too fast. So it's called overtraining, and that's what we want you to really be careful for. When you're starting to run, whether it be trail or whether it be roads, you want to do and pace as good as you can. And sometimes when you're going out running, it's a little hard to run the whole time, and that's okay that you're not. Go out on hikes. Test yourself and get your body used to being on its feet. Climb, hike, go downhill, go uphill, and get your ligaments, your joints, and your muscles and tendons used to the variety and the impact that you're getting ready to absorb. So too much, too soon, too fast is the number one mistake that runners make when they're getting out there and getting started. So the number two mistake that people who are starting to run is they give up too soon. You start out, it either hurts or you don't think you're doing it the right way. And of course there is no right way to run. We're all upright standing individuals. All we have to learn to do is adapt. Okay, you first off have to adapt to the amount of time that you're going to be on your feet. And number two, the amount of body weight that our body has to absorb when we're running increases a lot, 2.5 times and up to 6 to 10 times our body weight depending on where we're running and how we're running. So we want to make sure that we're getting used to the activity and that we're not doing it beyond our capabilities. So the number two mistake new runners are making is by giving up too soon. So stick with it and you'll be great. So the number three mistake that runners make, especially new runners make, is they don't build in enough rest during their training. Even if you're just beginning and you're going to do like a 2 times per week run, even if it's just a couple miles, you do got to build in the amount of time for your body to rest, okay? Specifically if you're a person who works on your feet or you're doing something that's requires a lot of your energy while you're working, construction for example, it's going to be hard to take in work and then take in recreation without getting used to it. You're going to have to hydrate and you're going to have to get the proper rest. One big thing that I think people should understand is sleep. And then second to that is after you sleep and you wake up and you're supposed to have a training day, if it doesn't feel right, if you don't feel good, don't run on bad legs, okay? So if you're sore, if you don't feel good, or if it doesn't feel right, trim it back or just take a complete rest day. There's a lot of things you can do. That's probably a good time to go for a hike or a walk, or to just go out and ride the bike, do a rower, go to the gym and do some resistance training. But never want to overdo it, okay? So the number 3 thing that new runners make the mistake of is by not resting.